Before we get into this video, please help out my channel by smashing that like button and hit the subscribe so that you can get the most updated content. Ape Nation, what is going on? I have a huge update for you today. We got Charles Payne exposing the dark pools and hedge funds. Everyone needs to see this video. There are some shocking things that the hedgies can do behind the dark pools.
Now, I got to tell you, one of the first things I learned when I started on Wall Street is that the system is not fair. And I will be the first to admit that it's rigged in so many ways, and yet it's still the greatest wealth creation machine in history. So with that in mind, I see things like in volume, price action, other ways that are telegraphed that the big insiders are using to get the edge, and sometimes at the expense of individual investors. But an area I'm not an expert in are the dark pools. But my next guest spent 8 years trying to fight this battle alone, as she's joining us now, Stephanie Kammerman, also known as the Stock Whisperer. Stephanie, thank you so much for joining us. First, just tell us, what is a dark pool?
Hi there, Charles. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, the market is rigged and manipulated by the dark pool. And what it is it's this alternative trading system called an ATS, where the big institutions do most of their trades. And why they love to do their trades in this alternative exchange is that they don't have to report one single share until their entire order is completed. So they have 3 hours, even after it's completed, to show their hand, to show us their trade. So they love it.
Right. And of course, it can be worse than that, because you discovered some loopholes in this dark pool system, including that 24-hour late rule. How does that work?
Well, I was informed by a floor trader that if Goldman Sachs, we'll just use him, he's one of the biggest institutions out there, if they were to cross their trade from their London desk to their New York desk, they don't have to report this trade for 24 hours. This is huge. I mean, I've spotted them selling massive amounts. We're talking billions of dollars, Charles, at the top without showing their hand for 24 hours. They're literally coming in the next day. You know, this should be illegal, but there's that loophole, and they buy the same way. We don't see one single share until 24 hours later. Right. They're literally coming in all day long. Yeah, it's a huge advantage.
No, of course, the dark pool implies a lack of transparency, obviously. And we know that whenever there's a lack of transparency, when something is opaque, bad things happen. So right now, we hear about fines, right? But they're so minuscule. I mean, people are saying they're a joke. Tell us about some of the fines that have, quote unquote, been leveled against these big firms.
Yeah, I'm just going to talk about a couple of them, but, you know, it's ridiculous. So in 2016, Barclays and Credit Suisse, they were allowing high-frequency traders into their dark pool, which, number one, that is so illegal. And then they were letting them front run. Okay, this was so bad. They got fined $154 million, which may seem like a lot to you guys, but it's nothing. They made billions of dollars. And Goldman Sachs got fined in 2011. They were doing price discrepancy in their dark pool, so people were getting filled at really bad prices. And what did they get fined? They got fined like $800,000. They make more than that before they even have breakfast, Charles. Citadel.
I got to ask you about Citadel.
Yeah.
Let me ask you about Citadel Connect. What's going on there?
Well, first of all, Citadel got fined $700,000 a little while ago for front running in front of their customers, okay? So now there's these angry investors out there, and they have every right to be angry, but they're claiming that Citadel has this exchange called the Citadel Connect, which is supposedly not a dark pool, all right? It's not registered as an ATS. And they are claiming that there are trades being done right now, you guys, that are not being reported to FINRA. Now, I have not done personal research on this, Charles, but if it's happening, I mean, this is disgusting. The SEC needs to do something about this right now if they're, you know, they're not being compliant. If this is really happening, there needs to be something done right now.
So, and in the meantime, though, Stephanie, because we're running out of time, unfortunately, it's TV, but I'm going to bring you back. Listen, it's not a transparent system. These dark pools are being abused. And the bottom line is this manipulation does hurt investors in stocks like AMC and GameStop. Is that your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, there's this short squeeze happening right now, as many of you know, and they really believe that there are trades being done in this other exchange, and it's not being reported. So, what can we do, Charles? What can we do? The SEC needs to look into this. We have to expose this. We need to change this. So I'm here today to shed light on the dark pool, and I hope that you invite me back so I can shed some more.
Talk about a free market. The SEC needs to crack down on this and make this their top priority. That's gonna do it for this video. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave a comment down below. Smash that like button and also subscribe to my channel.